Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a little bit of a different type of video, sort of like my rants, and I just kind of go off. Nobody really asked me to make this video, but I've been to some game stores recently, as well as just your big box stores, and I just really think that the hobby is doing pretty well. So as you guys can see, this video will probably be titled something along the lines of why I believe in Pokemon, or the sort of current state of the hobby. So, if you guys do remember back in 2020, 2021, Hidden Fates were on shelves. Sometimes you also had Evolutions hype when a lot of people got back into the hobby, including myself. I went crazy for Evolutions. I opened several packs, managed to pull and grade this card myself, but of course, usually pretty bad expected value for opening packs. And similarly, from my own experience, once I got back, I opened, Hidden Fates. These were obviously flying off the shelves like crazy. People were buying them up. Everybody was trying to go for this card. It was just a lot of hype back then. But, as many of us kind of see it now, that 2020, 2021 was definitely, a very high period for the hobby. A lot of people got back into it. But, I like to argue that I think the market today, the people sort of involved in the hobby today, is actually a lot better for Pokemon itself. I think there's a few reasons that I'll probably just talk about. I think people are genuinely interested in collecting. Despite there still being some of those, Pokemon 151 Costco incidents, as some of you guys may be aware of, people trying to buy as much as they can. So there's still scalpers, but I feel like that's pretty common for every other, pop culture, something collectible market. But I think despite that, back then, if you guys remember when we were all locked down in the pandemic, your options to spend money was pretty limited. You can't really go out. Many restaurants were closed. You can't really go to the pub or a club. I feel like people were way more restricted, and thus, many of them might have extra money. You couple that with the stimulus checks, people getting, a lot of them getting money from the government. I think that really fueled the hobby. So, a lot of people were very interested in just collecting cards because they had nothing else better to do. So then I think naturally, once we got into 2021, 2022, when things started opening up again, people had other ways to spend money. They went traveling, they went to the nice restaurants that they usually go to, your date nights. So I think, that's why the market sort of had a downturn. However, now I think prices are still really high. A lot of them went up. Some of you guys may know a lot of the Pokemon sets on the Pokemon Center are selling out. We had Silver Tempest booster boxes sell out, and there's still really good deals to be found elsewhere as well. And people are definitely very attentive. They're eating it up, and then we see all this genuine interest, I think, from Surging Sparks. So I think we definitely have a lot more collectors rather than people here to just make some money. So I think definitely genuine interest wise, the market we're in right now, the people that are involved in the hobby mainly, I think, are more long term, if that makes sense. I think for myself, I like many of the cards I bought even during the hype period. Maybe I lost a little bit of money right after the hype period, but many of those cards have all recovered. There's not just like the modern cards, not just the Sun and Moon, these chase cards, they're still at an all-time high. At least for the PSA 10s, they're still going for pretty strong prices. And then now you got the modern alt arts that are, obviously going for a lot of money. And, I think there's so many people opening packs up. I think it's great. It's a great sign for the hobby. I think it's going very strong. I think so many people are now, involved in so many aspects, not just, like me, maybe graded cards, but then a lot of people do sealed product too now, including myself. I started, having a bit of an interest in just picking up some sealed product as well. It looks nice on display. But like there's, you know, a lot of players now, I feel like, for the TCG, and I feel like there isn't as many people just sort of here for the short-term gains. Besides the modern cards I just talked about, a lot of these more vintage cards have really strong prices. Like I think this was over $300 recently, and then this one was not too far behind. So I think, you know, the prices for even the sort of middle era stuff, which is also what I collect, are doing pretty well. Definitely better than I would have expected. I think a lot of people expected the prices to basically completely tank after that bubble period was over, but you know, I think 2024 and hopefully, you know, fingers crossed going into 2025, the hobby will just grow. It seems like, you know, definitely every day there's more and more people in it. And what I also kind of notice, you know, just me browsing social media, YouTube, is that there's a lot more content creators that make Pokemon videos, and a lot of them are genuine collectors. Well, I like to think that I'm kind of one of them. I'm just some dude that's, you know, loves making Pokemon card videos, very low quality ones, but they're still Pokemon related. So I think definitely there's more people doing this, you know, more people just, you know, collecting cards that they actually enjoy and opening packs. You know, I was at the game store, you know, the people are coming all ages. There's, you know, I saw some grandmas, I saw some younger kids, also some adults, you know, and teens. I feel like the hobby has grown to such a point where, you know, it's more accepted now for adults as well to collect and invest in this hobby, just because of the sort of proven returns for those people. And, you know, for kids, it still remains, you know, great. The artwork looks great. You know, the kids love the alt arts, so do the adults. So I think it's definitely, you can find, I think the nice thing about Pokemon is you can really find a niche that would kind of resonate with your preference. You know, whatever you're collecting, you know, even hardcore investor guys, you know, so I was talking to some of them, they just only buy sealed, and, you know, they like how it looks, they like the activity, and yeah, I'm glad that, like, it does seem like the hobby is, from what, at least my point of view, progressing in a positive direction. It got bigger and more people that are here for longer term, and there are now more people that are probably going to be here for the long term. So yeah, do let me know what you guys think. I just thought that this was a thought that I was having the other day. You know, now, like, it's not COVID anymore. People can choose to spend their money, you know, outside of this hobby. You know, they can go out, everything's open, they can go on vacation, but again, like I said earlier, you know, they're still choosing to put money into this hobby, which I think is definitely a really healthy sign of genuine interest. That's just my feeling. These are just my opinions. Let me know what you guys think. I am pretty curious. If you guys did like this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you guys are interested. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys on another video. Peace out.